Hey everyone, welcome back. Yeah, all streams are good streams that start with a puppy, and plus nobody had seen Dobby for a really long time, and I figure most of you are probably more excited to see him than me, right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna put him down now. Yeah, at least one person will be happy to see that, and that's my ex-wife, and that's the only part of the stream that I guarantee she's gonna like. Mm. So anyway, I skipped a step, and that is the music. So let that commence. Hopefully everybody can hear me. This is like a test stream. I'm trying to figure out if I still remember how to do all this. I'm gonna head on up to comments. Looks like we're live. And I think we got audio because nobody's saying, we can't hear you, Terry. Thank you, everybody. I'm seeing it right away in the comments. Everybody's just like, where's the hair? But I think most everybody knew it because most everybody can see my Facebook page. How's everybody doing? Let me know in the chats. Who else here? Oh, Steve Nara. Yeah, I look so aerodynamic. If only that were true. Well, if only I had a reason to be aerodynamic, which at this point I do not. I need to get back on the bike. I keep saying that, and it still hasn't happened yet, so we'll see. Oh, wow. What is this name? CCKMD? Are you a medical doctor? Were you born in 1972? Are your initials CCK? Did I decipher that okay? Yeah, I'm not much for cryptography myself. Oh, God. So, yeah. Why am I doing this? Good question. Just to get caught up with everybody, I think, and also to see if I've still got the chops to pick this up again, to find out what has changed in the landscape of live streaming, such as the type that I do here. Right out of the gate, I found out that StreamYard has gone up by $12 a month. So that's an increase in price of 50%. That's not a welcome thing. So I may need to go back to doing whatever that free one is, the open source thing. Start with an O? I don't know. You guys know the drill. When I forget stuff, you remind me what it is in the chat. So get right on that. Oh, Keith Lee, right away with a super chat. Thank you very much. That'll go a little way towards funding StreamYard. Wow, man. Wow, I've got a lot. Yeah, there's so much catching up to do. Because I haven't been terribly public, even in my return to Facebook. Obviously, my hair is gone. It's being donated. Eventually, it's currently still sitting out in my car. So if somebody wanted to, like, I don't know, break into my car and steal it and see what you can get for it on eBay, I don't know. Yeah, not much else. But I think ultimately I decided that with Stephen Colbert's last show being last week, or was it the week before? How long has it been? Time's just so hard to follow these days that I needed to, when I saw what had happened, I was just like, my people need me. So I'll give it a go. Oh, man. Not much else to talk about. I might just dive right into doing this figure that I've got here, which is not my figure. But that's okay. It's a figure, and I think that it's a figure that kind of needs to be pushed. So, yeah. Christmas Motown. I'm digging it. Despite the fact that it's like 86 degrees here with 135% humidity. Like, humidity levels are like low humidity, high humidity, and we have right now, which is, oh my freaking God. Yeah. I almost dropped my first F-bomb of the return. It's coming. We all know that it's coming. So who all we got here? Let's say hi to everybody in the chats. Keith Lee, right out of the gate. Good man. Yes, I know. You called me on that one. Obviously, I took that photo a long time ago with the intent of doing what I just did. At some point, I realized it wouldn't be as successful as I wanted it to be, but TFB. TFB. Steve Nara's here. Good to see you, man. How are things out in Virginia Beach? Bad Wolf Media. Hey, Mike. By the way, volume levels should be okay, but you guys can hear me all right, right? Audio's good, okay. Oh, that can be changed. Just turn that up a little. Better? Or is it too much now? I actually did do some audio on this mic for Sideshow a little bit ago, and it wound up being quieter than I thought it was going to be. So it's possible that I had it a little bit low. And just let me know, because obviously I'm not monitoring. Back up here to make sure we've got it. Universal Key is here. Good to see you. Hello. This used to be so much better to handle. Weird. All right, StreamYard's broken. It's not letting me take these comments down. Weird. Oh, there we go. StreamYard is slow. Turn that down just a touch. Because it makes me want to yell. Which nobody wants. Okay, universal key. There we go. This is exactly where I wanted to be. Hey, universal key. Thank you for that. Is this Liza? What's going on with that screen name, kid? Yes, hit the like button. I may stick around. I don't know. Yeah, something new may be coming. I don't want to say anything about it yet because I haven't made any decisions myself, and the other party needs to make a decision them on their own. But I may have a side hustle. I'll tell some of you about it maybe in private, but not ready to talk about it just yet. Kind of like with Paul Lee, potentially big things are coming. We'll see. Great oogly moogly. No one's ever said that about me before. Thank you, Bitter Troll. Thank you. Appreciate your, oh, Garrett's here. Hi, back. Luis is here as well. What's up, dude? Bringing that enthusiasm. Oh, God. Huh. Royal poserness. Goofball. Let's see. Luis is saying hi to everybody again with the enthusiasm. Yes. Yeah. Looking at pictures of me with long hair, I'm just like, what was I thinking? I'm glad to be back to this. It's, especially with this heat, it just feels much more comfortable, much more relaxing. Yeah, gone. Hey, Linda. How many exclamation points was that? 4. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna get that 5. It's 4 out of 5 exclamation points. Back down to here. Okay, this is where we were earlier. Okay. Looks like a responsible adult. It's weird. No, don't let the... If that's the case, then don't let it fool you. I think you all know better than that. Man, it's great to see you guys back together again. I didn't realize how much I missed reading comments of you guys talking to each other. Hello, Marlon Braswell. I'm so burpy. It's my first coffee in weeks. I've had to dial it back. As in, this is the first coffee I've had in weeks. I think that that's a relativity kind of a thing. Yeah, because when the hair's longer, it makes the beard look shorter by comparison. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Steven R says OBS Studio. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really... I don't know. Maybe. Oh, God. I keep... A lot has changed on... The whole interface seems a little bit different on StreamYard, so that's noted. Have to work on that. Hair can be used in witchcraft. Also, teeth. That's why tooth fairies are important. That's good to know. I should get those out of my car because I am in St. Louis. Someone saw weapons. Man, so many people rolling in. Knock Nevis haven't seen in a while. I haven't seen anybody in a while, to be fair, but... Yeah, I know. It's not Saturday morning Toy Tunes exactly, is it? But, you know, whatever. Oh, is that right? That's interesting. Okay. That's also possible. I'm trying out this 1080p thing just for a week. I were they previously in 720? I don't even know. I think that yeah, I've got to do something. That just $37.99 is just way too much money to pay for streaming when I'm not really even heavily monetizing it. I mean, my only monetization comes from super chats and memberships. But Yeah. Can't rely on those. There we go. Whatever. It had to be. Yeah, it had to be addressed. I mean, it's a massive difference in appearance. So, you know what? I have not received a new figure since January, and I don't know when I will receive a new figure. Yeah, I said a long time ago when I made the decision to stop doing the live stream that I needed to dial it back. And that hasn't changed. Fortunately, I work in the industry, so as long as that continues, then I will continuously be fed a constant stream of... It'll be a revolving door of figures here. So it's not like I'll be lacking for stuff. And I still have a lot of stuff downstairs that was never unboxed. That's all right, man. We're totally aware of your shame. Yeah, they look really good, don't they? I haven't spent a lot of time looking at them, but I did notice that yeah, they're really banking on this film, which may become a series. I think it's going to be good. I remember having a conversation with one of the guys who works in production at Sideshow. We'll call him Tim, because that's his name. And we were talking about, because he is a massive Masters of the Universe fan, and I am not. Masters of the Universe came in at that age for me where I was just on the cusp of not caring about cartoons, caring less about cartoons and toys, and caring more about rock and roll and girls. So I really missed out on the whole rage. But in hindsight, looking back, I realized that it's barbarians, monsters, sci-fi stuff, spaceships. You know, it's like all the cool things. But the package that it came wrapped in, which would be the toys and the animated series, was not something that was able to grab me at that point in my life. So now that we've got a live action film, who knows? Who knows? Philly Z, what's up, dude? Oh, Figurecraft. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to have to make a database of current screen names and former member names. That's annoying. Bitter troll, bitter troll, bitter troll. Yes, Steve, I would say definitely. Well, there's probably multiple reasons. I mean, obviously, prices be going up all across the board. Doesn't matter what you're buying. It's part of the reason why I don't have any new figures. Is that once that $300 threshold happened, I was like, eh. I had to draw the line somewhere. But yeah, I would say once you're dealing with a proprietary body, something that's likely not going to be able to be used for any other character, then yeah. Needs to go. Price needs to go up. So yeah, I think you nailed it there. Oh, that's lucky. Oh, that's right. Your kid is an adult. Hopefully, paving the way for Thundercats. Thundercats is another one that I think would be amazing if it hit me at that right age. I mean, let's face it. That's why I'm still so into Star Wars. I was at that age. All my friends who I tried to introduce to Star Wars in adulthood, none of them have walked away with that level of enthusiasm. And that's why I think a lot of that is why you're seeing a lot of negative feedback from longtime Star Wars fans for the newer content. They just reflexively didn't have that visceral reaction to it because it wasn't made for them. Star Wars is legitimately made for kids, and kids at heart. Yeah. That's interesting. We could, Wait, Thundar. Like Thundar the Barbarian? Yeah, that tracks. I liked Thundar too. That was cool. The He-Man stories in the comics originally packed with the toys. Yeah, yeah, because I had that experience both with G.I. Joe and with Transformers. The only way that I consumed Transformers back when it first became a thing, was through the Marvel comic book, which was amazing and so much more mature than either the cartoon or the toys, obviously. In fact, some of it was just downright intimidating. Voltron is in post-production? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't been following. Took a long, hard break from most things pop culture related. I've been consuming a lot of independent films, for instance, or going back and looking at Marty Scorsese's catalog, for the first time. That's been fun. Visiting the High Point Theater here in St. Louis to see things for the first time on the big screen in full 35mm projection. Gina B, how are you doing, kid? It's good to see you here. I think that's a resounding no. But who knows? Who knows? His family's going to need money. They're set. They're fine. Well put. Well put. Mm. Tricks are for kids too, but I will gobble that stuff up. Isn't that the truth? I just gobbled up while I was waiting, after I did the live stream, set it all up and everything like that. I'm like, well, now what do I do? So I just went in and made up a nice pomodoro sauce from scratch and had some spaghetti. That's another thing I've been doing, is cooking a lot. Just got a big green egg. Heard of those? Amazing smoker. Haven't used it yet. Friend gave it to me. Hell of a gift. But thank you, Keith Lee, for helping me transport it from his house to this one. Keith handled it all, man. I mean, that dude's just like fit. For those of you who've never met Keith Lee, he's the most jacked of all my friends. I think. Pretty sure. Yeah. So many props to Keith Lee for that. Have to have you guys over, and you and Allie over and cook something for you. Or cook something, bring it to you. Your place is much more appropriate for any kind of a gathering. Such a great show. I had a reason, Steve, to look up recently. I had a reason to look up Thundar and check out like the intro and watch close to the episodes. I can't remember what it was. You remember the Shmoo? Right? Oh God, no. Oh no, they'll never pay for me to go. No. Yeah, the sideshow experience will be. I predicted they'd have to go back at some point, and yeah, they're coming back. Although I don't know in what capacity. Nobody's talking to me. I just make the videos, so it's exciting. But I can't, again, for costs are going up all across the board, so I'm sure that they're not going to want to pay for me to fly out there, hotel, all that good stuff. I wish. I would enjoy it, and I will never ever pay for myself to go out there again. I spent way too much money on SDCC over the years. Did he really? Huh. That's kick-ass. I do enjoy some Bruce Timm art. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe the success or lack thereof of Motu will have something will change that. I don't know. That's wise. Since we are getting Rogue One and or when Hot Toys release bays, what's the temperature in hell right now? Yeah. Just kidding. I said the same thing about Cassian, and I wound up being wrong. So anything can happen whenever they have a window. Although, let's face it, they were riding the wave of hype over the Andor TV show when they released that one. It's a tough call. It's a tough call. I know there's a small, very vocal group of people who really want that figure. At one time, I counted myself among them. But, yeah. Yeah, right? I didn't know anything about it. My friend Tom his big green egg was gifted to him by his in-laws, and he like never used it. He had a gas grill, a Weber gas grill that he just loves, so he just uses that all the time. He tried using the big green egg as a pizza oven for a little while, but now he prefers the oven in his house. So, and we have a group chat. He just posted it one morning when I just happened to be on my phone and said, anybody into this big green egg of mine? I'm getting rid of it. It's free to the first person to say. And I was already looking into getting myself a grill because I don't have one. And I just kind of said, yeah, man, I'll take that. And then I researched it and realized what was being offered, and I very nearly backed out of shame. I'm like, that's probably, I'm probably hitting above my weight there. Oh, that's right. Yes, Keith Lee actually made his stream review. Yeah, pimp that, Keith. Mention that in the chats because I can't remember which page that was, which channel that was on. I did tune in for it briefly, but it was a work week, so I couldn't. If Hot Toys is to get into the business of making deceased musicians, after watching the video yesterday, I want a Party Man version of Prince. Was the Shmoo in Flintstones? I think it was kind of adjacent, yeah. Or the Shmoo. I don't know. I'm just gonna look it up really quick. Oh, yep, the Shmoo, S-H-M-O-O. Yeah, just a little white penis-looking thing with legs and a big smile. I mean, really white. Not like, yeah, stark white. I know nothing of this. I know nothing of this. Yeah, the flow of information moves all around me, but never through me. The best pizza of it is an uni. Ah, yes. I have seen these. I've been on a patio in which one exists. So, yeah. Shmoo was Herculoids. I don't remember Herculoids. Your knowledge is greater than mine. All right, cool. We are all caught up in the chats already. That's cool. I get notifications from Reuters. So if I make a weird face, it's because Reuters just told me something disturbing. Gloop and Gleep, that was it. Thank you. Yeah, I knew something sounded off about that, but I know that they're kind of similar. They're just blobbish sort of creatures. But the Shmoo, I don't think Gloop and Gleep had legs. I think they were just like blobs that kind of bounced around or got around somehow. And I don't know that they had the same animation level in their face as the Shmoo did. Hey, look who that is. Look who it is. Dobby, by the way, is having some health problems. Or has had some health problems since last we all saw each other. Oh, what's this? About TK? Doom. Wow. Yeah, we won't see him in this today. Hell no. 100,000 subs, man. That's amazing. That just shows you what diligence and enthusiasm and lack of any sort of control on your wallet whatsoever will do for you. Yeah, that's yeah. Well, it's well deserved because again, I think I've said for a long time on multiple live streams that TK421's channel has long been my favorite 6-scale related channel. Like back when he was like at 5,000, back when he had fewer subs than I had, I was just like, now this is where it needs to be. The dude fucking loves everything. If something's ridiculously bad, he'll call it out, but he's polite about it. You know, he doesn't rely on the negativity. He's just so freaking, yeah, he's everything that a 6-scale, that not just 6-scale content creator, but content creators in general should be. Genuine, sincere, there's another, yeah, honest. He makes an effort to actually do some really slick, cool graphics to accompany things. Each and every one of his videos has segments identified by those graphics, transitioning one from one to the next, and it's just an absolute blast to watch him. So yeah, I'm sure all of you are subscribed. Yeah, I know. He's got some stuff going on with his throat. He's got like some sort of a weird deep snoring thing going on. He just had to have a camera shoved up his nose and down his throat to investigate that, to make sure there were no tumors. No tumors, only laryngitis. Turns out my peace of mind is worth $400. At least. At a minimum. Yes, sir. I'm still going through some of this. He looks like he did in the movie. Yeah. Oh, for little, wow. What was the show that had 3 girls on it named Mickey, Nita, and Billy Joe? Or was it Ricky, Nita, and Billy Joe? I feel like that was a Shmoo Central sort of a program. Indeed. Display Lab collectibles. Yeah, I hope so too, man. It's been a while since I coached. I mean, apart from doing the short videos for Sideshow, which are not, they're fine. They're fine for what they are, but to really talk about 6-scale posing, you've kind of got into get into the nitty-gritty of it all. Talk a little bit about theory and actually you actually need to showcase the parts where you're finessing it, tweaking it, just doing the little things, going from it's kind of there to, all right, there it is. I mean, it's hard to do all of that in 60 seconds. Yeah, you're just showing the end result. Dobby is, I want to say he's 13, but then again, it feels like he was 12 for like 3 years. So I have no idea. I got him in 2015. They said he was 2, but I kind of feel like he was only about 1. He still had a lot of that puppy energy. And looking at a photo of him from the first week we got him compared to today, he's aged remarkably. I mean, it's even the photos from like year 1 to year 4, he showed a remarkable physical transformation in that amount of time. I think he was only 1 in 2015, which means he's 12 now. So he gets to be 12 for another year. Wish we could all be 12 for 4 years. I'd take 4 more years of being 12. His palate was Salt Bar. Yeah, I'm missing some context there. Captain Caveman. Was that it? Yeah. Nailed it. The years from 2020 to 2022 really don't count. None of us knew what was going on. Well, that explains Dobby's being 12 for 3 years. Thank you. Nice, Matt. Coming out. Yeah. All right, let's take this down. What do we got here? This music seems so inappropriate for unboxing a Star Wars figure, and I'm just here for it. I feel like Saesee Tiin would really dig Motown. But yeah, like Mike said, he definitely looks a little like he can't be arsed, right? I like this figure a lot. I don't know if I'm getting it. Probably not. I never wound up getting Plo Koon. I don't know why. I don't think I canceled it. I'm comfortable with it. If I got, I don't know, kind of at a point where if I never actually added a single figure to my collection again, I'd be okay with that. And it's not saying that there aren't any that I want out there, but because there are. One in particular. But yeah. Or at the very least, if I do get something, then something else needs to go. Because I'm well beyond critical mass here. Well beyond critical mass. If my collectibles were nuclear fueled, St. Louis were nuclear fuel, St. Louis would no longer exist. All right, what do we got here? Let's see if I can do this without it collapsing. Let's get that plastic off his head. Here we go. All right. So for those not in the know, and pretty much everybody ought to be in the know by now if you're interested in Hot Toys and Star Wars, if that Venn diagram exists for you, then yeah, he comes dressed in his Jedi robes from Revenge of the Sith, but he also includes, as we can see over here, the pauldrons and some hands representative of his Jedi armor from the Clone Wars, the 3D animated series. I don't know that we saw Saesee Tiin in the Clone Wars animated series, the one by Dave Filoni. I know he was featured heavily in the 2D Gendry Tartakovsky, Gendy Tartakovsky animated series, the webisode series that came out before the 3D one. He had a great episode in that. Powerful. Not powerful enough for me to buy the figure, but... Oh, the salt bar. Well played. Well played. And as someone who has seen The Mandalorian and Grogu 3 times, almost went to see it a 4th time instead of doing this live stream, I should have known that. I should have gotten that joke. Or that comment. Saesee Tiin. Cute. That's it. Yep. Dour-faced curmudgeon. I don't know if I dig it that far, but I take your point. Now, again, and I is it even still available to order at this point? Let's find out. If only I had access to the internet. Somebody's going to find it first and comment on it. And now it's waitlisted. It's really, really cool and matches well with this version of StreamYard. Can I share? Yeah, I think so. No, I cannot. Oh, that's really annoying. See, they've taken away a lot of stuff for this level. They're really trying to force people to spend more money. Oh, wait. My laptop monitor was blocking a whole row of controls down at the bottom. Yes, as it turns out, thank you, I can share some stuff. Share screen? Share window? No. This one. Okay. It's all new, people. So I've kind of got to figure this out while I'm on the run here. Yeah. No. Yeah, everything old is new again. There we go. Source screen. Window. There we go. Bring it back so I can see what's being shared there. So yeah, you can see here the that he's got the same kind of armor as Clone Wars Obi-Wan, which is kind of fun. So when you combine that with the Clone Wars Obi-Wan, with say Episode 2 Padme with the full-on Clone Wars era outfit, which I think she wore in the Tartakovsky series. I think. And there's like one or two other things as well that would fit in there. Captain Rex being one of them. Yeah, I think that I think Anakin did the same as well, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I watched it. But yeah, it's super cool. I love it. Back up. Yeah, I would love to have unlimited space and unlimited funds, but I'm there at the end now. Oh, yeah, that would be annoying. Still, that being said, yeah, you're going to miss out if you don't see it on the largest screen possible. The first time I saw it in IMAX 3D with perfect seats, right in the middle, dead center, on the biggest screen in the region, aside from the one at the Omnimax, which is stupid. And I immediately came home and just that experience was still simmering in my head. Like, I can't believe what I just saw. And I just wanted to see if it would compare. So I got to my TV, which is 55 inches, not huge, but no slouch. And I put the trailer back on and watched, of course it has some of the same scenes that I just witnessed in all of their IMAX glory. And it really lost something. It really lost something. So like legitimately, I think the very next day, I went, because I'd taken some time off of work, specifically for The Mandalorian and Grogu. And it was all there again. So it wasn't lost. All that impression wasn't lost because I'd already seen it before. It was lost because of the screen size. The impact of it at that scale cannot be underestimated. So yeah, even if it's dubbed, then I don't know. It's hard to say. That's a tough call, dude. I don't envy you that. We get a shot of Saesee Tiin smiling. That's way more terrifying. Like in his costume? Like live action Saesee Tiin? Yeah, that would be more terrifying. Yeah, there we go. I'm more worthy of that than Paul is these days. In the sarcastic sense. Why, did I share something that I shouldn't have? Don't make me nervous. Sometimes everybody's got their capacity, man, and mine has been reached and breached. That is sound advice from a man who would know. And you didn't share anything you shouldn't have, just because. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm very careful. I mean, I don't have like porn folders or anything like that on this computer. But there are work-related things. Oh, God. All right, cool. But enough of my sidetracks. Sidetracked with Sideshow. Remember that thing? All right, let's get him out. See what I can do with him. I'm trying to decide how much effort I want to put into it as well. Boop, 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 boop. Ah. I try to get the little plastic baggies to hit the box. Sometimes I'm more successful than others. I was batting 500 with that one. Shame. Okay, so let's get the figure out. Show this off. He comes with these really widespread palms. What is going on with the lighting here? I feel like I usually have better lighting on the figures when I'm showing them off at this point. Something's changed. And I don't know what it is. I'll have to address that later, because I'm not doing it now. But the portrait looks really great. If you've ever had the opportunity to check out Saesee Tiin's portrait on, or his portrait, the actual live action version, then you can see that it's actually really good. You can see the eyes are a bit wonky. That's because I posed them in a haste as I was putting the figure away. It's odd that they gave us these really widespread hands that just look like he's just doing this. I don't know. Maybe that's something related to the source material, the costume itself. Don't know. Coffee's kind of giving me a headache. Well, the nameplate fell off the stand, and I'm not about to bend over and get that. Not on camera. If it's something more important, then maybe. And hopefully I don't roll over it. Okay. Lightsabers. As always, comes with 2. Generic. There we go. And, of course, the wired lightsaber hilt that will cause the thing to light up. Now, I'm not going to bother with all that. Not for this. It takes too long. That's not the kind of fare that you want on any kind of a live stream. You want to get this over with quickly. There's also a motion blade, which I almost never use on this show. Opting instead for the much lighter, much more manageable static blade. In fact, might as well just go ahead and do that. Oh, it looks like I've already added that little ring there that for mounting the lightsaber on. I'm trying to find my focus point. Little ring there just in front of the tip of my index finger for mounting the lightsaber to his belt. I feel like that doesn't ship on the figure. I feel like I must have put that on and then neglected to take it off before I put it away again. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do him wearing his armored bits. Because I just love it. It just looks so cool. Another part of the test for this live stream in particular is to see if I can manage my time, spend less time in the chats and more time actually doing the activity. And again, bear with me, everybody, while I'm posing the figure if I don't get to your comments immediately. There's a bit of a delay as I'm always trying to catch up. And there's also, that's what I want. And there's also a, sorry. There's also the fact that I'm distracted by actually posing the figure, so I just may not be looking at the comments at the time. For those uninitiated or who may have forgotten my MO over the years. And I will pause every so often, like right now, and check. So, this illustrates my very, very same experience. I mean, I legitimately had that same experience. I can't remember the last time I went to see a movie 3 times in a theater, but I don't think it was a Star Wars movie. I'm pretty sure it was Lord of the Rings related. Wasn't Avatar, wasn't Dune. Those are the only other films that I can think of. But yeah, it's that much fun. It's that much fun. And again, I've talked about this many times on this stream. I really do feel like if people had a little bit more self-awareness, they might realize that the problem lies within them. If you go to see this movie and you don't have a good time, I don't think it's the fault of the movie. I think that something either changed within you or it's just not for you. Because it's not a bad film at all. It's quite the opposite. It's mind-blowingly fun. Beautifully shot. I don't think Hot Toys. I don't think Star Wars has ever looked so good. Shot for shot, especially the stuff that was framed in IMAX with the taller aspect ratio. Dude, I've got a whole closet downstairs full of model kits. They're all getting sold. I'm gonna just maybe sell them en masse. Here's 25 Bandai kits. Just give me what you want. Yeah, and by the way, thank you, Starscream, for bringing that up, because, by the way, don't think the irony hasn't escaped me, but that for the first time since before Season 1 of House of the Dragon came out, I can no longer look forward to people comparing me to Daemon Targaryen. Which was a lot of fun, I won't lie. Oh, where am I here? Yeah, I saved that for OnlyFans. To be honest, yeah. Barefoot on Bricks. Nice to see you. Hi, Dennis. What's up, man? Another person that I actually know, that I actually knew before I started doing this live stream. I love this excitement for the movie. I'm more and more hyped. Yeah. Yeah, you really should be. The opening sequence alone, which is viewable now. I mean, they actually published it, the first battle sequence between Mando and the AT-AT walkers. It's better than any Star Wars I have ever seen. Both visually and, I mean, just the choreography of the fight sequences. It's super, super strong. All right. Gotta remember how this is done. I feel like I'm missing something. But maybe not. Maybe it's really as simple as just wrapping his Attention Sideshow fam, my DNA is on this figure now. So don't kill anybody with it. Okay. Let's see here. You got to be really careful with how you wrap this. Easy there, Duncan. And I can't remember which one is left and which one is right. Let's see. I think that's right. Never let you go. Nope. Okay. That works. Oh, he's already looking cool. Okay, I think I got the armor right. If I got it wrong, somebody catch me up on it. The way that you can tell, and I don't know if this is going to show up on camera. I'm not using the good 35mm here. I'm using the okay 35mm. Yeah, you can see it. See how there's one hash mark on the inside of that fan brace? The other one has two, and that's, if I were willing to break out the instructions this late into the shoot, it would tell me which side which is supposed to go on. But I feel like I've got it right. I think that this is okay. Just eyeballing it. And you need to like fold up the, let me see if I can get all this on camera. Wish I could zoom. That's something I should consider. If I come back and do this on a regular basis, get a second camera with a zoom, with a longer focal length that would focus specifically on the figure. So you kind of, there's a pleat right back here, not a pleat, but a seam right back here that if you crimp it right there and wrap it around, then you're able to slide these things on. Oh. Note to self, probably best to lay off the coffee before finessing a 6-scale figure. My hands feel a little bit jittery. Yeah, that's good. Pop that up. There you go. Starting, yes, but I only got 5 minutes into it when I realized that I wanted to be watching something else, and I haven't gotten back to it yet. It's on my list. I'm not going to forsake that one. My only experience with Spider Noir is from Into the Spider-Verse. But I like the idea of it. I do. And I like that they present it with either in black and white or this really cool old-looking color palette, like from, I don't know, the 60s or 70s or something like that. Obviously, I'm going to watch it in black and white because, yeah. Saesee Tiin, man, say that 10 times really fast. I do have the Mando speeder bike and Scout Trooper. I have it prominently displayed in my bedroom. So, yeah, I'm still single. I do have a good 2470 f2.8, and I'm looking into buying another one, not a second one. I'm going to sell the one I've got. I bought, at the time that I bought it, the 2470 f2.8 that Nikon has for the Z series was considered the best 24-70 lens, period, on the market. And then Nikon came out with a Mark II. The big difference being that it's all internal focus, or all internalized zoom. So like the one that I have now, that you can, the lens actually extends and retracts every time that you're zooming in and out. But this one doesn't do that. So it's better for shooting video. I think I need it. God, he's such a consummate badass. Something going on there that I don't quite like. All right. But save that for another day. Okay, because of the little mount for the... oh, where is it? Oh, he mounts it on his right side. That's interesting. So because this little digit here that allows you to hang it from his belt, like so, I don't want to risk breaking that off or risk that scratching anything, so I'm going to feed it through his hand from the back. Oh, that's right. I needed... Yeah, let's take it off first. I remember needing to use heat to soften the plastic on this hand the first time I did this task. So if you get this figure and you're struggling with getting the lightsaber into his hand, remember that a hairdryer is your friend. Or a heat gun, depending on what you have at hand, on a low, low, low setting. All right. How crazy do I want to get with this guy? How crazy can I get with this guy? Okay, so right there, when you're turning the head, you get an idea of just how extreme it can go. You can turn it further to make that horn clear the shoulder, but it looks unnatural. That's where the posable eyes will save the day. We'll get to that in a bit. I think also that if you were going to, let's see. Okay. So when you turn the head past this point, let's get it around here. When you turn the head to this point, the head collides with the shoulder. So if you want to keep turning it, then it forces the head to come up, like he's looking up into the sky. All right. So how do you beat that? By twisting the torso, bending him at the waist, and adjusting your pose accordingly. So for that, I'm going to bring up his right leg. He's going to be stepping up onto the base, will be the goal here. He's going to be swinging. He's going to just, it's going to be like a follow through, like he's just made a big downward slash with his lightsaber. So let's take that like that, bend, and rotate it. Let's bring this arm back and up, and we have a little bit of mobility before the armor collides with the armor. The hand armor collides with the vambrace. I didn't know there would be so much Motown Christmas music on this playlist. Let's spread that leg out to this way. Slight bend to it and fix. You can almost not see it because of the boot, but bend that boot up in anticipation. All right. Now I'm guessing, and I'm right. Okay. So here's where I'm at. You can see where I'm going with this, right? Okay. There's so much more to do here. A lot of people would just be like, yeah, that's good. And yeah, you could get away with it, but we've got cool shit going on here. In this head with the posable eyes. So at this point, his head's going to be looking down like this, so you can see, or you could if I was holding this thing right in front of the lens, you can see that his eyes are kind of looking down when he does that. So let's fix that. And I also want to see, let's see, I want them looking like this, like up from underneath his brows and to the right just a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can make that match while we're on here. I've gotten better with this, with these eyeball things. Practice makes perfect. Well, that's too much. He's almost got his eyes rolled all the way back in his head. There we go. A little bit down. I do get called out for this. It actually is helpful to look at it on camera. I think that's just about got it. Yeah, that'll do. I think. We'll know once we get them all the way back on the body, but I'm gonna rotate that so that it... One of the real dangers, and it's not a real danger, it's just an annoyance more than anything, of actually putting the heads back on these bodies with the adjustable eyes, thanks to these little systems right here, which is a great system, much better than the much improved over the ball and joint system that we used to have, especially when you're using something like these posable eyes. But the only issue is that if you're not careful when you put it in, then this thing could bump into the eye control sticks and knock your carefully posed eyes askew. Big frustration there. First try. Not really. Second try. Okay. All right, so that's good. I don't know. I feel like it's not high enough. Yep. I missed the mark. Oh, shit. Sorry, Bad Wolf. Didn't mean to leave your comment up there for everybody to stare at. Oh, and I can totally tell that I'm... Yeah, that coffee's hitting me hard. So more like this. Yeah, I could be a bit more to the right on the left eye. A bit more up. You know, this show is a bad influence on me. Okay, I'm just going to tweak this torso a little bit, bring it down a little bit more, make it a bit more aggressive. Yeah, I definitely want that. I was trying to decide if I wanted the sword, lightsaber, laser sword, more like this or more like that, but I think I'm digging it here. Obviously, you might want to adjust that because if you're putting it in a Detolf, then having it that far out front might collide with the door a little bit. Okay, so that's fun. Yeah, the type of neck that he has going on here, the connection between the neck and the back of the head, makes it difficult to raise his head up. So that's where the... oh, man. What did I just say? Totally bumped that eye with the post. Come on. There we go. Okay, and we're not done. Because as cool as that looks, and it looks pretty cool, we've also got wired tabards. And I was going to adjust this one to have it flowing back this way to imply his motion from the right to left. But I kind of like how it looks like the knee just kind of kicked to the side over here. So that's fun. But we are going to, first of all, I'm going to knock that dust off of there because that's unsightly. And then just have it coming up and slightly to the right. This one's just kind of naturally happened in the back. We've got it billowing up a little bit. And I don't think we need to do anything with that one either. I think everything just kind of worked out. All right. There he is. Saesee Tiin. And I'm trying to think. Hang on. Oh. Just hope I don't knock anything over. I'm going to head back to the studio because I think I have a companion figure back there. All good to go. Show enough. Yeah, there we go. All right. Tight squeeze in here. Yeah, so there's Plo Koon and Saesee Tiin. Plo Koon's Clone Wars outfit is more of a removal from his trilogy outfit. Just got like the tunic going on. I mean, the robe thing is just not a thing. But then again, Plo Koon has that full wrap robe that's just glorious to behold. Oh, not many comments. 30 people. First stream back, I'll take 30 people. I think that's fine. Is he? Yeah. I keep forgetting he's Irish because my first exposure to Brendan Gleeson was Braveheart. But, yeah. Okay, well, I'm convinced. I will be watching Spider Noir. There he is. What's up, Commander Green? I know, middle of the day on a Sunday. Just got back from church, right? First time I did that with a Hot Toys, that mount point on the neck made me think I'd broken someone else's very valuable toy. No. Yeah, that's fair. Saesee Tiin. No, in fact, like a day ago, I would have known that it was called a cover tech wheel. And I learned that from trying to figure out if I should say it. From, like, you know, the, like, building your own lightsaber groups. That kind of a thing. Which I think I still have mine. Yeah, there we go. Everybody's seen this. I don't think anybody knows. I don't think there's anybody out there that doesn't know that I have a actual Graflex, that I built an actual Graflex saber. Some of the parts are legit, some of the parts are not. Whatever. Okay. So there we go. That's trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to bring up. You can, I don't know, if people actually paying attention to the background will notice that the Mandalorian Mythosaur skull is no longer hanging back there. That's because before the show, I tried swapping it out with... Oh, broke it. That sucks. Oh, that's a legit break, too. That's too bad. Yeah, this delicate thing, which arrived to me broken. Tauntaun's skull from Regal Robot. Arrived to me broken. I didn't open it for months until recently, when I found that one of the horns had already broken off, and I was like, ah. So I repaired it with some, obviously with some 2-part epoxy, and then when I put it down here on the floor next to me, I heard a crack, and I checked the horns, and the horns were fine. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess it's all right. But no, it turns out that I actually just broke off the jaw on my, yeah. So buyer beware with the Regal Robot Tauntaun skull. It is a delicate beast. Delicate beast. That's annoying. Because I really like that skull. It's nicely done. It's much more nicely. The Mythosaur skull is great, but the Tauntaun skull is like leveled up. It looks legitimately like something that should be hanging in a museum, especially from like 5 feet away. Yeah. I think that with them, once you, I think with them, once you order it, then it's yours. I think if there's a cancellation policy, I'm not aware of it. But it's not a simple matter of just clicking a button like with Sideshow, I think. Because I considered canceling it, but I didn't consider very hard. You are the second person who shared that with me lately. I made a hardware store lightsaber years ago, and over time it fell apart. And over time it fell apart, and I wound up just throwing it in the trash when I moved from California to Charlotte. Thank you, Steve. Oh, that's right. I posed a figure. You know me. And as soon as I get off, I've got to pack him up because I don't have a place to put him. No better time than the present, Bad Wolf, to start building that saber. If you've got the parts, just do it. Yeah, it's like one of the things that I found is if you're anything like me, then you're well aware of any of the habits that you have that distract from you actually doing things that are more important, like reading for me. And just don't let yourself be distracted. Set that timer on your social media. Anyway, let's see. 106. Been about an hour. That's kind of what I wanted to keep it to. And if I go forward with this, that's where I would like to keep these live streams. It's right around an hour. The 2-hour thing was getting a little tedious. Not just for me either. That's not where my mind went at all. My mind went to like octopus or something similarly cetaceous. You know, it's what are they called? Anyway, somebody brings that up and I'm looking at it and I still don't see it. I can think of 1,000 other things that it looks like, but definitely not that. It's weird. Not even my mind went there. See? If Bitter Troll's mind's not going there, then... Oh, that's a good one, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking at it from all angles here, and I've seen many things scrotal from many different species, whether I was looking for it or not. And, yeah. Oh, God. Okay. That's a good place to end this. All right, fellas. Fellows, mates, friends. Yeah, good to see everybody. I don't know if this will happen again. I think I'm just going to kind of play it by ear and see how it goes. If I've got something to talk about, then I'll do a live stream. May not even be on a Saturday. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining me, and until next time, be good to your plastic. Bye.